Yo, what's up everybody? Glad to see you back for another travel getaway. This time, we're heading to the heart of Europe, to a city that's bursting with history, culture, and some seriously stunning sights. Get ready, because we're about to explore Budapest, the pearl of the Danube. Budapest is a city of contrasts, where ancient history collides with modern vibes, and every corner you turn reveals something new and exciting. You will be mesmerized at the stunning beauty that we gaze upon. This is a place you won't soon forget. On the course of this adventure, we'll be diving deep into everything Budapest has to offer. We'll be exploring ancient castles, soaking in thermal baths, cruising down the Danube, and so much more. So, get ready to be amazed as we uncover the hidden gems and iconic landmarks of this incredible city. Trust me, you don't want to miss this epic journey. Let's go! Our first stop takes us high above the city to Buda Castle, a sprawling complex of palaces, museums, and historical buildings perched atop Castle Hill. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is an absolute must-see, and trust me, the views alone are worth the trip. As we ascend the hill, either by funicular or on foot for a little workout, we're greeted by imposing walls and stunning architecture. This place has seen it all, from royal coronations to sieges and battles. Stepping through the gates of Buda Castle is like stepping back in time. Cobblestone streets wind through courtyards adorned with fountains and statues, and the air is thick with history. We'll be exploring the Royal Palace, now home to the Hungarian National Gallery, and the Budapest History Museum, where we'll delve into the city's rich past. Inside the Hungarian National Gallery, we're surrounded by masterpieces from Hungarian artists spanning centuries. The intricate details and vibrant colors are truly captivating. Next door, at the Budapest History Museum, we're transported back in time as we explore exhibits showcasing the castle's fascinating past. From Roman ruins to Ottoman artifacts, each piece tells a story of the empires that have shaped this place. As we wander through the castle grounds, we stumble upon hidden courtyards, secret gardens, and breathtaking viewpoints overlooking the city. It's easy to get lost in the beauty and grandeur of it all. And speaking of views, get ready to be blown away by the panorama from the Fisherman's Bastion. But more on that later. For now, let's soak in the regal atmosphere of Buda Castle. Alright guys, after all that history, it's time to unwind and experience one of Budapest's most famous attractions, the Szechenyi thermal baths. This iconic complex is a true Budapest institution, and trust me, it's an experience you won't soon forget. As we approach the grand entrance, we're greeted by stunning neo-Baroque architecture. This place is massive, with 18 pools fed by natural thermal springs, each offering a unique experience. Stepping inside, we're hit with a wave of warmth and the scent of sulfur, a reminder of the mineral-rich waters bubbling up from deep underground. Don't worry, you get used to it. We'll be donning our swimsuits and diving headfirst into this thermal wonderland. They've got everything from steaming hot pools to invigorating cold plunges, and even a whirlpool or two for good measure. As we slip into the soothing hot water, we can feel the stress of the day melt away. The minerals in these thermal springs are said to have all sorts of health benefits, from relieving muscle pain to improving circulation. But it's not just about the physical benefits. The Szechenyi baths are a social hub where locals and tourists alike come to relax, chat, and play chess. That's right, play chess. We'll be joining in on the fun, challenging some locals to a game or two while soaking in the warm water. And if we're lucky, we might even catch some live music or a water aerobics class. So, sit back, relax, and let the healing waters of the Szechenyi thermal baths rejuvenate your body and soul. Trust me, after this experience, you'll be feeling like a brand new you. Alright guys, get ready, because we're about to step into a real-life fairy tale. This, my friends, is Fishermans Bastion, and trust me, the pictures don't do it justice. Just look at those turrets. It looks like something straight out of a Disney movie. Built in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, it's not actually a bastion in the traditional sense. See, It was actually part of the city walls back in the day, protecting this side of Buda. But honestly, with those looks, it could have fooled me. Now, I know what you're thinking. This place looks expensive. And you know what? You're right, the views from up here are priceless. But seriously, access to this architectural marvel is surprisingly affordable. And speaking of views, just wait until we climb those towers. You're going to see Budapest in a whole new light. Literally. We're talking sweeping panoramas of the Danube, the Parliament building, the whole shebang. One of the coolest things about Fisherman's Bastion has to be the 7 towers. No, they're not named after Snow White's crew, but they do represent something pretty significant. The 7 Magyar tribes who founded Hungary back in the 9th century. Talk about a history lesson. As you wander around, take a closer look at the details. The arches, the columns, the stonework. It's all incredibly intricate. You can tell a lot of love and craftsmanship went into building this place. Now, legend has it that this bastion got its name from, you guessed it, fishermen. Apparently, the Guild of Fishermen was responsible for defending this part of the city walls back in the Middle Ages. Makes sense. Those guys knew how to cast a net. I'm sure they could handle a sword too. But honestly, historical accuracy aside, this place is just magical. Whether you're a history buff, an architecture nerd, or just someone who appreciates a good view, Fisherman's Bastion is a must-see in Budapest. All right, folks, get ready to be amazed, because we're about to enter one of Budapest's most iconic landmarks, St. Stevens Basilica. Now, I know what you're thinking. Another church? But trust me, this is no ordinary house of worship. First of all, the sheer scale of this place is mind-blowing. It took over 50 years to build, and it can hold a whopping 8,500 people. That's like a small town crammed into one building. But the real star of the show has got to be that dome. Look at it, it's massive. We're talking 315 feet high, putting it on par with the Hungarian Parliament building. And the best part? You can actually go up there. That's right, folks. We're going to climb all the way to the top for some of the most incredible panoramic views of Budapest. Get ready for some epic Instagram shots, because this is going to be good. Now, before we ascend to the heavens, let's take a moment to appreciate the interior. I'm talking intricate mosaics, stunning stained glass windows, and enough gold to make King Midas jealous. And if you're into religious history, this place is a treasure trove. It's named after the first king of Hungary, Saint Stephen. And guess what? They actually have his right hand on display here. Yeah, you heard that right, his mummified right hand. It's a little creepy, but hey, it's history. But enough about severed hands. Let's talk about these views. From up here, you can see everything. The Danube River, the Chain Bridge, Buda Castle, the whole city spread out before you like a beautiful sprawling map. Soak it all in, folks, because this is what it's all about, experiencing the heart and soul of Budapest from a whole new perspective. All right, everyone, prepare to be impressed, because we've arrived at the granddaddy of them all, the Hungarian Parliament building. I'm not exaggerating when I say this is one of the most impressive buildings in all of Europe. Just look at it, the sheer scale, the intricate details, that iconic dome. It's enough to make your jaw drop. And get this, it was built in the late 19th century, entirely by hand. I believe you're probably thinking, with a building this grand, it's probably just for show, right? Well, you're wrong. This is the seat of the Hungarian National Assembly, where the country's laws are made. But don't worry, you don't need to be a politician to appreciate the beauty of this place. They actually offer guided tours, so we can get up close and personal with all the architectural splendor. Stepping inside the Parliament building is like stepping back in time. We're talking grand staircases, ornate chandeliers, and enough gold leaf to make a pharaoh blush. And the best part? We're going to see it all. The tour takes you through the most important rooms, including the Old House of Lords, the Grand Staircase, and even the Holy Crown of Hungary. Yeah, you heard that right. The actual crown used to crown Hungarian monarchs for centuries. As we explore, I'll fill you in on all the juicy details, the history, the architecture, and maybe even some political gossip. Who knows what secrets these walls hold? So there you have it, folks, the Hungarian Parliament building, a stunning testament to Hungary's rich history and architectural prowess. This is a must-see for any visitor to Budapest, and trust me, you won't be disappointed at all. Guys, I hope you are enjoying our Budapest adventure. I am so glad you've stuck around. So I'm thinking, it's about that time. Time to hit the water. We're hopping on a Danube river cruise today. And let me tell you, this isn't just any boat trip. This is like stepping into a postcard. The Danube cuts right through the heart of Budapest, and from the deck of the boat, you've got front row seats to the best view in town. We're talking iconic bridges, historic buildings, the whole shebang. But wait, isn't this just another tourist trap? And yeah, okay, maybe a little, but trust me, there's something magical about seeing this city unfold before you as you glide along the water. Plus, it's the perfect time to just chill out, soak up some sun, maybe have a little drink, or two. No judgment here. You know, really savor that vacation vibe. As we're cruising along, keep your eyes peeled for some of Budapest's most famous landmarks. You'll see the Hungarian Parliament building, and let me tell you from the water, this thing is massive, seriously huge. It's easily one of the most impressive buildings from the river, and it looks even more epic all lit up at night. And right across the river, you'll spot Buda Castle, perched high up on Castle Hill. You'll soak up even more of its history from this perspective, imagining a bygone era. But for now, let's just enjoy the view. And don't forget about the bridges. Budapest is famous for its bridges, each with their own unique style and history. The Chain Bridge is a classic, and the Liberty Bridge is a real looker too. Honestly, I could spend all day pointing out cool stuff. But hey, part of the fun is discovering it for yourself, right? All right, folks, get ready to feast your eyes and your stomachs, because today we're hitting up the Great Market Hall. This place is a Budapest institution, and it's basically a giant playground for your senses. We're talking rows upon rows of colorful stalls selling everything from fresh produce and meats to traditional Hungarian souvenirs and crafts. The air is thick with the smells of paprika, spices, and all sorts of deliciousness. Now I'm a sucker for a good market, and this one does not disappoint. It's the perfect place to soak up the local atmosphere, chat with some friendly vendors, and maybe pick up some unique goodies to take home. Just be prepared for crowds, especially on weekends. But hey, that's all part of the experience, right? Just embrace the chaos, go with the flow, and get ready to discover some hidden gems. Okay, let's talk food, because that's what I'm really here for. And trust me, the Great Market Hall is a foodie's paradise. First things first, you gotta try some langos. Langos is basically deep-fried dough heaven. It's crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside, and you can get it topped with all sorts of goodies like sour cream, cheese, and garlic. Seriously, do not leave Budapest without trying this. Another must-try is kurtoszkalaks, also known as chimney cake. Imagine this, sweet, doughy goodness, rolled in cinnamon sugar and cooked to perfection over an open fire. It's basically a hug in dessert form. And of course, no trip to the Great Market Hall would be complete without sampling some traditional Hungarian salami and paprika. Trust me, it's the real deal. Pro tip, come hungry and be prepared to eat your weight in deliciousness. You won't regret it. All right, history buffs, this one's for you. Today, we're stepping back in time and exploring Hero Square, one of Budapest's most iconic landmarks. This place is steeped in history, and it's basically a giant monument to Hungary's past. As you enter the square, you'll be greeted by these massive statues of the 7 chieftains of the Magyars, the leaders who brought the Hungarian people to the Carpathian Basin way back in the 9th century. They're pretty imposing figures, let me tell you. And behind them, you've got the Millennium Monument, a towering structure with statues of Hungarian kings and leaders throughout history. It's pretty impressive stuff, and it really gives you a sense of the country's rich and sometimes tumultuous past. Now, I know history isn't everyone's cup of tea, But even if you're not a history buff, Heroes Square is worth a visit. It's a beautiful and impressive place, and it's the perfect spot to snap some epic photos. Now, Heroes Square isn't just about history. It's also a bustling hub of activity. There's always something going on, whether it's street performers, markets, or just locals and tourists soaking up the atmosphere. And right behind the square, you'll find City Park, one of Budapest's largest and most beautiful parks. It's the perfect place to escape the hustle and bustle of the city and enjoy some peace and quiet. Inside the park, you've got Buda Castle, which looks like something straight out of a fairy tale. Seriously, it's like Disney World for architecture nerds. There's also a lake where you can rent boats in the summer or go ice skating in the winter. So, yeah, even if you're not a history buff, Heroes Square and the surrounding area have something for everyone. It's a must-visit on any Budapest itinerary. All right, legends, if you're looking for a night out unlike any other, Budapest has got you covered. We're diving into the world of ruin bars, and trust me, these aren't your average pubs. Imagine this: crumbling buildings, once left abandoned, now transformed into these eclectic, vibrant hubs of nightlife. It's like stepping into another world. We're talking about courtyards strung with fairy lights, mismatched furniture that somehow just works, and an atmosphere that's buzzing with energy. You can find everything from live music to art installations, and the best part is, each ruin bar has its own unique personality. Some are sprawling labyrinths you could get lost in, while others are more intimate, hidden gems. But one thing they all have in common is this incredible energy. It's like everyone's there to have a good time, soak in the atmosphere, and just enjoy the moment. So, if you're ever in Budapest, do yourself a favor. Ditch the fancy clubs, skip the tourist traps, and get yourself down to a ruin bar. Trust me, it'll be a night to remember. Now, no exploration of Budapest's ruin bars would be complete without mentioning the granddaddy of them all, Zimpla Kert. This place is like the godfather of ruin bars, the one that started it all. It's a sprawling complex of rooms, courtyards, and even a vintage Trabant car turned into a seating area. I mean, come on, how cool is that? And the best part? It's not just about the drinks, although they do have a fantastic selection. It's about the atmosphere, the art, the live music, and this incredible sense of community. You'll find locals and tourists alike, all drawn in by the unique charm of Zimpla. Honestly, you could spend hours here just exploring all the nooks and crannies, discovering hidden art installations, and soaking in the electric atmosphere. It's a true feast for the senses, and it perfectly encapsulates the spirit of Budapest's ruin bar scene. So, there you have it. Another reason why Budapest is quickly becoming one of my favorite cities in Europe. It's got history, culture, and a nightlife that's truly one of a kind. All right, adventurers, get ready to stretch those legs because we're heading up to Gellert Hill. The views from the top are absolutely legendary. We're talking panoramic vistas of Budapest in all its glory. You can see the Danube River winding its way through this magnificent city. The iconic Parliament building standing tall, and the bridges connecting Buda and Pest like threads of history. You'll find the Citadella, a fortress built in the 19th century, offering a glimpse back in time. It's a chance to get some fresh air, soak in those incredible views, and keep an eye out for the Liberty statue. Gellert Hill is also home to the Cave Church, a unique place of worship carved directly into the hillside. You'll also find the Gellert Hill Monument. And let's not forget about the views. It's the perfect place to snap some epic photos. From the historical monuments to the panoramic views, Gellert Hill is an experience you won't soon forget. Well, legends, that wraps up our whirlwind adventure through the heart of Budapest. From the grandeur of Buda Castle to the vibrant energy of the ruin bars, this city has truly captured my heart. We've explored history, indulged in culture, and even found time for some good, old-fashioned fun. But this is just the beginning. Budapest is a city that begs to be explored, with hidden gems tucked away around every corner. So, if you're planning a trip to Europe, put Budapest at the top of your list. You won't regret it. And hey, if you enjoyed this adventure, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more travel shenanigans. Until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and I'll catch you in your next travel getaways. And as always, safe travels.